Welcome back to Sampstra Games, the place to find new strategy games, and it's finally time to play another war game. This time I'm going to be playing Strategic Mind Liberty.
The Republic of Finland was declared in 1917 and established itself in a bitter... The continuation war meant to reclaim lost Finnish territories had just begun when the Soviet Union struck a devastating blow against Finland. Field Marshal Mannerheim was assassinated. His death disrupted the Finnish plans. As the new commander-in-chief, President Ruti has rallied the High Command to respond to the threat. In order to survive, Finland must counterattack. General Paavo Talvela is just the man for the job. An excellent offensive strategist, he won the first Finnish victory of the Winter War. Now, he must lead the daring offensive in the continuation war. There is no more room for the careful maneuvering Carl Gustaf Mannerheim was known for. Now, Finland must go all in, with all available weapons and tactics. You will take the fight to the Red Army in Murmansk, Leningrad, and even Moscow. Strike without mercy, General Talvela.
So we're gonna start our game?
I can't believe it! Communist saboteurs in this very headquarters? How did we miss them?
Counterintelligence is on it. Rest assured, the infiltrators will be found.
Found, tried, and executed. Every Bolshevik dog of them. Field Marshal Mannerheim was the greatest son of our nation. And the Reds will pay for this crime.
General Talvela, please. It's a terrible loss, but we can't let emotions rule us.
We can't waste time either. Stalin has beheaded our army. We must repair the situation, and fast.
Oh, I'll tell you how, President Ruti. The Germans are attacking Murmansk as we speak. We could strike together and leave the Russians cut off from any possible aid from their allies.
We have a plan just for that, but the loss of our commander-in-chief changes everything.
President Ruti is our commander-in-chief. Give the order, and Murmansk will fall.
Think well, Mr. President. A joint operation with the Germans will commit us fully to Berlin as an ally.
We have no other choice. Our position is precarious. The Germans will know we need their help. We must show them that they need our help just as much.
General Iroh's plan could work. If we cut the railroad, the Germans should be able to capture Murmansk on their own.
And if not, we'll join in and give the Wehrmacht a lesson in Arctic fighting.
I hope it doesn't come to that. It would be a direct attack on their British interests.
The West has already let us down once. We don't want to antagonize them, but they have no right to order us around.
And cutting off a potential major supply line won't antagonize the British at all.
Let me worry about it. I will seek an understanding with Sir Winston Churchill.
Then it is decided. Murmansk will fall, and Finland will take White Karelia back from the Reds.
With you in command, Talvela, I don't envy those Bolsheviks.
Gentlemen, you saved our country once before. Finland is counting on you to do so again.
General Talvela, the German forces have met with considerable resistance on the outskirts of Murmansk. The Wehrmacht needs our support. For that reason, I am directing additional reinforcements to the area of the operations.
About damn time! If you were a little more decisive, Iroh, we would have taken the city ages ago.
You know as well as I do that Field Marshal Mannerheim was against it, Talvela. So am I. Returning our lands is one thing, but we do not belong on the Soviet territory.
And the Ruskies didn't belong in our territory, but it didn't stop them. Just face it already. We cannot win this war if we stay in defense.
This conversation serves no purpose. Let us focus instead on the pressing tasks. In order to land our reinforcements, we must capture the railroad station in the village of Shongui. We will also need an airfield if we hope to use our combat aviation. The closest one should be near the village of Murmashi. Report as soon as you capture those key points, General Talvala.
Alright, we gotta capture the railroad station and the airfield. So we start off with a bunch of units over here, and you can click here to see the objectives if you're interested. Now, we're gonna start obviously on railroad. Now, the way this game works is that you can click on a unit and you can see information about it here. You can also middle click to get extra info. The strength determines both the health of a unit and the damage that it does. And it's basically health, and also like if you have maximum strength, you do maximum damage. There's two types of damage in this game, and that's lethal and non-lethal. Basically, lethal damage just removes strength, and non-lethal can be sort of recovered at the end of a turn. If you resupply at least one strength of a unit, you will automatically heal all the damage. What is a really cool thing in this game is that you can get level up, so that gives you like a specific ability onto your units, and you can also get heroes. And the way the heroes works is that they basically gain additional skills, and then you can, when you level up, you can learn that skill of a hero. So normally we have this as options of our skills, but if I gave them, for example, this hero, then I would be able to learn additional stuff if he is of the right type, basically. You can also give units equipment. This is especially interesting, for example, with, let's say, infantry. You can give them mortars or you can give like special kind of shells to like hurt different units and etc. So it's quite interesting because it's not just the unit itself, it has also equipment. Another interesting thing about this game is the movement. So here you can see with, if I pick an infantry, for example, this is a regular movement. If I go here, then I'm going to be moving in a transport car, which is obviously very dangerous. You can also try to embark onto an air or naval or train transport. So, obviously with air transport you have to, unless you have paratroopers which can land anywhere, you have to land on an airport, with a railroad on a rail station, and with naval units on a port. All pretty obvious, but the paratroopers especially are a really cool unit because you can go anywhere. Up here we've got our prestige. If you ever played a war game, you know what to do with that. It allows you to gain units. And here you have command points, which allows you to use your command abilities like getting extra reinforcements and but more importantly do like aviation recon and things like that. If you're doing the history one, you can do like aviation recon here. We can't seem to do that here, but that's okay. So first of all, we'll look at our units. So we got 2 infantry, we've got 1 artillery, we've got 1 anti-tank, a recon, and a tank. Recon in this game is especially interesting, a lot more interesting than I would say traditionally in war games, and that is because you don't know stats of enemy units. So you can see if I here, for example, hover over the enemy to attack, I don't actually know how much damage I'll do because I don't know the strength of a unit. But the closer you move with your recon, the better information you can get. So for example, now I can actually see that they have 8 strength over there. So I can actually see like the effects of the different units here, which is really, really important. And obviously you can hover here to see the attack, and you can also hover onto adjacent unit to see like if you attack from that position, what the result will be like. So you can see that if I'm attacking from here, it will be worse for me because I don't get the bonus from a good combat area. Now if you hover, what's important is that they always attack first, so the return fire happens first. That means that if they're doing 2 lethal damage to me, I'm attacking on my lower strength. So this is really important, and you can see why their defense is very good because they have then if you look at the bottom part, you can see the damage that I would do, and you can see that they gain some defense because they're in a city and they have a soft defense. You can also middle click on them to see extra info. What's really interesting is that if you do multiple attacks on an enemy, it will basically lower
rapid offensive and open terrain.
It will basically lower their soft defense because they essentially got attacked first. So one thing that you would always like to do is like attack them in advance. So I'm gonna move away with my
infantry is good for assaulting the enemy positions after the artillery and air bombardment.
I'm gonna move closer with my infantry, and then I'm gonna use my anti-tank to basically just get out of the way. I guess we'll get out of the way this way. So I can move ahead with my artillery and do some damage. Now the artillery has a much bigger range that you might be used to from games like Panzer Corps, things like that, because there you have to be immediately adjacent to your friendly unit to give them protection. Here the range is much bigger than that. So here we can see that we can do 3 damage to them, and we get 0 damage on our side. So obviously we would like to do this. So we're going to begin with that.
Damage is indicated with the numbers above the unit being attacked. For ground and aircraft units, there are 2.
Yeah. And now if we hover them, we did 2 sort of damage. This is the non-lethal damage, and we lowered their strength to 5. So when they hit us back, they'll hit us for less. But the 2 damage, if they are in an area where they get active supply, they could easily resupply, or it will heal itself basically. So you want to make sure that
they do not have ground transport. Additionally,
you want to make sure that you don't
Reds won't know what hit them.
you want to make sure that you don't
Soldiers of Finland. Soldiers of Finland.
you don't like leave them alive, because then they can get reunited pretty easily. So with the tank we could do like 1 damage, not get hit at all, which is pretty interesting, but I think we might prefer to just go with the infantry, even though we take some damage just to get things started. Alternatively, we have 500 prestige. I could get a secondary artillery. So, because I do like artillery, if you watch me play any of these games, you know that I love them. And we would be unable to get one, so let's get this one for 285. So we're going to acquire this, and then we're going to jump here into reserve, and we're going to deploy it as close as possible, which is here. And then I'm going to use it to attack again, and this will lower their defense. So now, if you look at this, you can see they get -2 previous attacks on their defense. So now, if not only do they have obviously lower attack because they have lower strength, but they also get lowered defense because of this bonus that I have. So you can see they have +5 self-defense, but -2 previous attacks. So let's attack with my infantry. Now they're demoralized, they're fleeing. It's very important again that you don't let them run away, because if you did, they would just be able to resupply themselves, because it's not a permanent, it's not lethal damage. Actually, so I should have done this with my tank actually. This would have been smarter. And that is because had I done this with my tank, I would have gotten, most likely I would have gotten Overwatch. And Overwatch is unlimited, but you do not get additional experience from Overwatch.
Good. I'm sending you your reinforcements.
Great. So we have gotten reinforcements, not yet. It's also important to note, if you click on your units, you can see whether they have a green area around them or yellow. Yellow means that this is a temporary unit, basically just for this particular just for this particular combat. And if it's
forest and mountain terrain offer much better.
If it's green, that it's like core unit that will stay. I'm assuming that they have something there, right? Doesn't look like it. So we definitely want to take over the supply hubs on the
intact. It can now be used to supply your troops.
Yeah. So we can use supply for ourselves. We're gonna stay here. It actually probably would have been better to move there with the infantry, but because it has a better movement, I'm actually gonna stick to it. Now this is my anti-tank, so we're just gonna try to move it a little bit.
Anti-tank artillery is effective against tanks and other hard targets. Your best tactic when using
Be quiet. This is my artillery. We can move that. Okay. I don't know if I need to move the anti-tank. We might just leave it alone. So they want us to move towards the airfield next, so that's definitely what we're going to do. Any more reserves? No. But I still have some prestige, so I am going to get some more units. There is a certain benefit to not getting more units, because the less units you have deployed, the more command points you get per turn. But we're not really using the command points all that much, so we're gonna get this CC unit.
Reds won't know.
I'm gonna place that over here, and I think we're gonna start moving. Oh, we can move them. Okay, so we're just gonna end our turn. We're happy here. Now we're gonna start moving. Now we could move from the top. That actually might be a good idea. So this is a tank. So again, we know that tanks aren't typically good at like going in against close quarters, so that's typically bad, but I do want to at least get close just to kind of see like what we've got here, like in terms of... Oh, they've got no one there? Oh, they have a unit here and here. Interesting. So I'm just gonna move in with my recon. Again, I just want to see like what's going on. Probably don't want to attack. Maybe let's get here first. So we can see 8 and 8. Sure that the attack would be... Yeah, it's not great. Not great odds of attack. The tank can move, so we're not going to do much there. Now, as for my anti-aircraft, again, once they get aircraft, we're going to be in trouble. We have to defend against it, but for now, I think we'll just move. If you don't move for a turn, you will gain entrenchment. Now, with my infantry, I can move real close, and I think I'm actually going to do that. I'm moving in a transport, which is typically a bad thing because they can obviously do damage to you, just like with our artillery. But I think we gotta get a movement, and because I'm gonna be in this forest, I hope that it's going to be fine, basically. So I'm just gonna try to move in real close.
You have selected an entrenched unit. When a ground unit...
So we don't mind that it's entrenched. Again, we're just gonna try to get closer. Ooh, I really don't want to be in open terrain, though. That would be hurtful. So let's just move that way. We've got our little anti-tank. We've got 2 anti-tanks. I just moved them like one step at a time, I think. Oh, I didn't think it's gonna need a transport just for... Yeah, it shouldn't need it just for that one, but I guess it does. This tank should just move towards where the enemies are, so let's just move it this way.
We don't have all day.
Yeah, I guess we don't have all day, if that's what you're saying. I do like the way it kind of zooms in close, it's really nice. We're sort of all over the place, but I don't think they should be able to attack us. They're nowhere really near, anywhere near, so I think we should be good. They can attack here, but it's not going to matter too much. Okay, they're attacking here, interesting.
Greetings, General Talvala. I've gotten an interesting report. The nearby town of Severomorsk 3 serves as a repair center for heavy artillery. Several such pieces are currently there undergoing maintenance. Capture them, and we'll be able to give the Soviets a taste of their own medicine.
Sounds like a plan. Thank you, Ush.
Alright. We've got a little bit of time for that, but I think we're just going to start by focusing on to this unit over here. So let me see... I don't really have the best. Oh, so this is, what is this? This is an anti-aircraft. Could I move in there? I can't move there with my tank.
Loud and clear.
Your unit has been withdrawn from a supply zone. The delivery of supplies to the unit has been stopped.
Yeah, we know.
Anywhere for a recon vehicle?
I would like an attack on this aircraft, but I'm trying to see like what would be the best. Is this artillery? Yes. So I think we just move one step closer. I'm gonna start at the aircraft unit. I think we'll go with that first. And you can see that it actually lowered the entrenchment of the unit, which is obviously very good. And again, they get a lower defense and things like that, just like we have been following, and we can do some extra damage here. Did we get a level up? No, not yet.
Any orders for us?
Okay.
Soldiers?
The recon... Ooh, nice. The recon can do some really nice damage, so let's do it. I really want to destroy this anti-air unit so we can start moving in.
Confirmed kill.
Okay, they surrendered. Now, this is really important. If you use a recon to destroy a unit, you gain intelligence data, which means you gain additional information, which is really, really cool.
Excellent. The aviation is now under your command, General Talvala. We now possess an excellent jumping off point for the offensive. Your next task is to capture Murmansk. The Germans have much of the Bolshevik forces tied up in combat, so they won't be able to defend against you properly.
General Talvala, this is your president.
Oh, how may I help you, President Ruti?
I have a request for you, General. It has come to my attention that the Soviets have trapped a significant German force caught it between two lakes. Our cooperation with the Third Reich is not official and relies on the exchange of favors more often than not. Thus, I recommend you rescue those Germans. It will give us quite a card to play during the negotiations.
Generally, I'm against civilians giving me military advice, Mr. President. But your idea makes sense. Fine, I will see what I can do for our German partners.
Alright, so what they want us to do is to move up ahead. This is pretty good, it's strategic, it's just kind of moving in that direction, so it's pretty fine. They also want us to take some of our forces, probably the ones that we weren't able to move ahead, to move up towards here, that we can get towards this artillery. We could also move to the bottom this way if we wanted to, it's kind of up to us. We'd also try to use the railroad, but no, we won't be able to get there with the railroad all that much, so probably just like regular things. But let's first just sort of focus on finishing these units over here.
Mobile recon on demand.
Okay, so what else do I have? So my artillery already attacked. I have infantry here that I could move to get an attack. It's not gonna have very good odds though.
Cleaned and ready to fire.
Now this is an artillery. Oh, I have no damage I can do. That seems sad. Okay. Do unknown damage to the supply point. I think I'm going to be able to do better damage if I move closer, so I think we might just move much closer so that, well... Okay, let's see what else we've got first, because... Yeah, they can't get anywhere near. Anti-tank, this is anti-aircraft. Remember, we also have these bombers, so we could try to use... So this is actually a good idea. We could try to lower the entrenchment of this. We won't be able to do any damage, but it should allow us to lower entrenchments anyway. Yes, so you can see it lowered the entrenchment. Now, again, we didn't do damage, so it's not great. But now, of course, their entrenchment is lower. It's only 1 now, so we're going to be able to attack. Oh, so every time after you attack with the bomber, you can actually move away. And that gives you the benefit of being able to attack with another unit. Now, it is kind of... I guess I'll do it because I don't see enemies anywhere else. Again, it's a little bit wasteful just for the entrenchment, but I guess it's better than nothing. Okay, so now that we could, can we actually do damage with some of our other artilleries now?
Infantry awaiting orders.
Yeah, we can do 1 damage now because they no longer have that artillery. Sorry, that entrenchment. 1, 2. What would the infantry have? We could also try, so for example, we could try to use a smoke grenade, which I guess we don't really want, but we could try to look at, for example, some of the equipment of this unit. Let me double click here, see if we could give them some fun. Oh, okay, we can't give them any equipment here. But we could get them to level up, it looks like. I guess we have a level up. Enemy units surrender with 1 strength left instead of 0. Oh, okay, yes, actually, yes. So, well, you might be wondering, how come our odds aren't so hot on this particular turn? We were doing great previously. Well, because it's night. I forgot about that. So, night is a good time to resupply yourself, because to get reinforcement, because generally, like, all the attacks are 66% worse than it was during the day. It's also a great time to try to move ahead because the enemy can't see you. So what we're gonna do here is with some of our units, the thing is we have a lot of anti-tanks, but we don't really have like tanks on this side. So I don't know how useful it's gonna be to move our units forward this way. One of our anti-tanks definitely needs to go in this area.
We'll flatten them.
This artillery is just gonna move forward to help that way. This infantry could move ahead.
Squad!
Oh.
Beware of ambushes. Getting into an ambush delays the offensive and burdens your units with unnecessary...
Yeah, we know. We don't have anything. So yeah, so I think this infantry is in trouble. Okay. But wait, I do have the anti-tank, but I can't move it now, can I? No, I can't move it anymore. Oh well. Whatever.
Their leads are standing by.
We'll let this infantry also move ahead.
Artillery standing by.
And
here to defend our homeland.
Definitely. I couldn't move. So with this infantry, we have options. We could try to move forward and attack. The odds end up being okay now for night. But we could also move here. The problem with moving here is that even though we'll be in the city, which gives us great defense, we will be in a transport, which should be bad. So I'm actually going to go attack it. Again, it's night. It's not the best idea to do that, but I can still get some good odds. So I'm still gonna take it anyway.
Tank crew reporting.
Tactical bombers are flying artillery and a great tool for wreaking havoc on any.
Let's just keep hitting them.
Any special assignments?
We can't do any more damage, and with this unit we can move. I'm just gonna move ahead here. I think that's gonna be it for our turn.
Finnish bombers ready for duty. Standing up.
You can also, if a flying unit gets hit with something like Overwatch, what you can do is you can try to. Oh, we don't have any anti-aircraft nearby. Okay. What you can do is you can activate sort of like a extra engine base or extra fuel, and basically give them still an ability to attack. So because they have identified targets, their damage gets reduced. So that's why it's important with their recon to move closer, because then you can see how much damage you're actually doing.
Support of the enemy artillery if you attack enemy troops with an artillery unit nearby.
Yeah, you know. Alright, so we definitely want to drop these guys. What are they looking like? They only have strength of 2. I would love it if my tank could be the one who finishes them. It looks like the recon might finish them, but I guess the recon is well. Yeah. Now, an important thing with the intelligence data is that it does disappear over after the end of the turn. So you want to make sure that you utilize that information like when you have it. Okay. We've detected, so we can move ahead, but we're going to be a little bit in danger if we move forward. So I think we might just stick to here. We definitely want to try to hit these tanks over here. So let me grab my bombers and see. We could do some really nice damage. We don't know if they have any anti-air stuff here, so I guess we're just going to find out. Gonna help out over here. We could move away with the bomber. We could try to like finish it. Or near finish it.
Ready to roll out.
I definitely want to move in position. Okay, we have that anti-air unit somewhere now. I think I moved away, right? Because my anti-air is now, yeah. I'm not sure that I'll have a range. I will have a range. Okay, good. I wasn't sure. But apparently we do. Do we have any more fighter bombers? We have one more. So we could actually just try to fight these.
Bomber squadrons standing by.
Oh, okay. Can't seem to attack them. Okay, never mind. So
over our land, we won't be bitten. Over our land, we won't be bitten.
I'm gonna finish this tank, I think, because we are supposed to help the German troops. So let's do that.
Won't hop around anymore.
I'll try to fall back a bit.
Land, we won't be bitten.
All right.
Artillery, awaiting orders.
Okay. Now, we could try to destroy the supply point. I think we should be able to just like take over it once we move in there. So let me just check. Oh, my infantry doesn't have a good enough movement to do that. You can only move slow. Okay.
Anti-tank gun is here.
Anti-tank would only be able to move there in like a weak form. I think it's in a city, so I'll do it. Okay.
Tank ready for duty.
Now my tank could move here to attack. Okay, let's do it.
Target spotted.
Oh, get hit by their supporters. Okay. Also, another thing, if an enemy unit is very well entrenched, what you can try to do is you can grab your infantry and you can try to get flamethrowers. Okay, so standing on a bridge, by the way, very bad, very dangerous. But because it gives, oh, it makes it weaker. Okay, I should have moved. Actually, let's undo that move. I didn't notice this tank over here, so we might want to move that way. Then again, we might need to just move in the city. Just so we get protection, let the tank come to us.
Soldiers of Finland.
And I'm going to move inside the city here as well. We're going to grab that supply point. But I don't think I'm going to attack. Instead, I would rather if they attacked me. Now, because we're close to the tank, they get return fire. But if he took a step back with our artillery... Okay, now we can attack. Oh well. Oh yeah, because it's in the ground transport. I keep forgetting that. That's good. Anti-tank can get close enough to attack at the moment. I'll move in the city. Anti-aircraft we already used. So
special assignments.
Infantry.
Any orders for us?
Oh, we could attack this thing, but we get hurt incredibly badly, so we're not gonna do that. Would be bad. I think I will move ahead with this thing. I don't think it needs to be down here necessarily. And I will move again. I will try to move inside the city with my infantry. We just gotta make sure that we're not like it's not gonna be in the truck version. It's just like in a regular version. And I think that's all we need to do for this turn. I don't know if we'll get towards the artillery. I want to focus on the German troops. We'll see. We need to just try that one more time. They're shooting at us, but again, we do have a pretty good defense with the... okay, and here we get Overwatch with our anti-aircraft. Ooh, they've got artillery heal, so they're hitting the German troops. We'll see if we can survive that. And you can see we've got our support against the tank. Now, the tank attacked us, but again, we were in a city, so we get a pretty good defense there.
General Talvela, the new intelligence report might be of interest to you.
I'm listening.
A train convoy with army equipment has just arrived in Severomorsk, but there is no one to unload it. That town's entire population is manning the defenses of Murmansk. Capture the railroad station and requisition all the cargo you can find.
Strike the Ruskies and get some new equipment while we're at it. Don't mind if I do, General Iro. Don't mind if I do.
I'm really enjoying these reports in time with giving you new objectives because it's really interesting because it kind of gives you like a lot of options to just do like a variety of different things. Now I'm not entirely sure how much we need to help out here. I feel like they can sort of handle it by themselves, but where's my recon? Let's move ahead with my recon. I just want to see like what's over there. Just so we can see like how dangerous it would be to get over it. Because we have a lot of time for Murmansk, so I feel like we could probably attack first. So they have artillery here that we definitely need to drop if we're gonna be focusing on doing damage.
Commencing reconnaissance.
Okay. Yeah, so absolutely we would need to destroy the artillery first. So the good news is I can grab my planes and I can just begin with that. I can just begin by destroying this artillery. Yeah, so you can hit Overwatch Breakthrough. This allows you to essentially break through Overwatch. What I was talking about was the afterburner. So even after you get hit with an Overwatch, you can still like attack. Let me grab the other one. And again, we want to destroy this artillery as much as we can because otherwise it's going to do some big damage to us. So we want to make sure that when we attack with the recon, etc., it'll take a lot less damage. Now with this, we could actually go from here with the tank and attack that artillery, which is what I'm going to do. I can't do any other attacks until that's done. Now we got an overrun, which means we can keep attacking, which is of course
we'll do our duty.
Ready to roll out.
2-2 against this tank is fine, but it's nothing to write home about. So let's see. This is a supply point. And I would rather attack. 1-1. Let me just like wait a second.
Bomber squadrons.
I have a bomber here. I'd really like to give this tank overrun, so let's try to do a 2 attack here and see if this tank could destroy it. Otherwise we'll help with the other tank, because I want this one tank to be able to move further and attack over there.
Tank ready for duty.
Yeah, this tank can drop it.
Quantity, I guess.
This tank could not, so we'll let this one that's closer destroy their enemy tank.
It's just triggered an overrun skill. Every time a unit with an overrun skill defeats an enemy unit, it gains the ability to move and attack again.
Yeah, so we're gonna do that. We get overrun again.
Thank you, General. I assure you, Finland will benefit from this greatly.
Okay. We got some nice prestige. I could actually get a brand new unit, which I think is pretty fancy. Again, we won't be able to attack here, but we can at least get close.
Any orders for us?
I don't think I need to be there, so let's actually move towards this supply point, grab it, and just sort of see what's over here. Now I'm gonna need some help against this tank that I see here. Now I do have anti-tank, but my odds are not very good.
We'll have plenty of targets soon.
So 1-1 because they hit back. I don't know what's my range. Gun range is 2. Okay, so we have the same range as the tank, so we won't be able to actually like
class of our own.
Hit it any better. So let's start with artillery. We really gotta drop these guys. Oh, I should check. Well, I can't put any heroes on these units, right? Let me just click on these guys. Are there any heroes available? Yes, so I could put a hero. So let's assign it. No. Okay. Oh, this hero is just being trained. So. Okay. But level up, I could give them. Swift Strike. During the attack, it's 50% less damage from support. I guess I'll give them Train Expert. And okay, it gives a little bit better odds, but I would like to start with my like anti-tank stuff.
All the same.
Or I guess we'll keep going with our artillery so we can really get them going.
We'll have plenty of targets soon.
Okay, now we can attack them without getting hit, or attack the tank, I should say.
Any special assignments?
What is there? Oh, they have a fighter here. Oh, I can attack that. I could drop. Do I have a? I don't have a tank here, right? Because with the tank I would be able to get overrun, but there is no tank around. So let's just drop it with this particular infantry.
Didn't even break a sweat.
And with the following infantry, we will. I think I'll just move ahead. We'll move towards this direction. Now this anti-aircraft needs to do some damage to the planes because they got a bunch of planes around and it's not looking good for us.
Any special assignments?
Yeah, I need you to go inside the city.
Moving to new
just so we can get some protection
Artillery standing by.
And this artillery move it one step forward. Nothing too. But actually I think we're gonna end the episode here. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, write down in the comments and you can click on the right towards some other war game. Let me know if you'd like to see another episode. Alright, bye bye!